Alright, so I know I haven't made a video in a while, so I'm just gonna make one right now. This one's gonna be off the cuff. I don't think I'm gonna really do any editing or anything like that. Um, yeah, it's been a long time. I think the last time I uploaded a video was probably like over 3 months ago or so, since coming here to China. And obviously I'm still here in China right now as we speak. In fact, if you look at what I'm drinking right now, I've got this popular tea that's sold here in China. It's called Dongfang Shuye, or Eastern tree leaves. Eastern tree leaves is a literal translation. So really popular brand. This is my favorite, I guess, flavor of theirs. It's really nice, really mild. But I'm just gonna talk today. I'm here at the apartment, still working as a teacher here in Ningbo. I'll make a vlog sometime about my life here as a teacher, and it hasn't been bad. It hasn't been bad at all. The apartment here is really nice. You guys saw the apartment tour probably, the one I made a few months ago. But that's not what I'm making a vlog today. I guess today I'm going to be just having like a little bit of a moment of vulnerability. So, Ari, if you're watching, hey, it's Ba. So, you can hear me. You're probably looking at this maybe when you're a little bit older, but right now it's like early December. I think it's like probably December 2nd or 3rd, 2025. Almost the turn of the new year, and I think I'm gonna have a little bit of a moment of vulnerability today, and why. So don't get me wrong, I really like it here in China. It's awesome, right? I really like it here in China. China is it's amazing. The development has been fantastic. I love reconnecting back with my roots and everything of that sort. But maybe it's because the last 2-3 weeks or so, last 2-3 weeks at work, at my job, at the school, I've been a little bit chewed out from my bosses and everything, despite my best efforts, right? There have been some things that were in my control, some things not in my control, right? So, I take some blame for this stuff, and then, some of the stuff is just, well, how can I know, right? I don't want to dive too much into detail about that, but, since coming here to China, it's been a lot of fun. It really has been, and, the country has developed so much, and, it makes me really proud to, be Chinese, right? I consider myself both American and both Chinese. And so it makes me really proud to be Chinese, to be able to see how fantastically the country, how much the motherland has developed. But I haven't thought about home back in the United States, back in Texas, since coming here to China. It's like quality of life is good here. Not saying quality of life in the U.S. is bad. In fact, I can live a good life in either place. Really, USA or China, I could live a happy life in either place. So I haven't really missed the USA pretty much at all since coming and leaving here now. How long? 5 months. It's been 5 months, a little over 5 months, almost 6, because I left on July 10th. So July, August, September, October, November, December. Wow. So once we get to the 10th of this month, probably another week's time, like a week, I'll have been here for half a year. I can't believe it. It doesn't feel like I've been here for half a year. It feels like I've been here maybe for 2. So time moves by super fast. But I haven't thought about being back home in like the almost half a year since I've been here in China. I've been having like a relatively good time. I've been having a good time. But after getting chewed out from work, by my bosses for like the last 3 weeks, and it was nothing too bad. It was nothing too bad from work and everything. I just feel my brain's kind of going off in like random places, right? It's like, of course, you get chewed off at work, and then you come home, and it's like, it's only me by myself. It's only been me by myself, and I'll be honest, it's like I don't necessarily miss the U.S. per se, but I do miss my ex-wife. I do miss my daughter. I miss both of them a lot. And in my case, it's like, even though I separated from my wife, right? The thing is, like, it was never really in bad blood, right? And for separating, I think it's probably the most peaceful and the most friendly, amicable divorce that anybody could ask for. I can still call my ex-wife, every day, talk and video call my daughter, and and Ari, if you're watching this, hello. If Ari, my daughter, ever wants to have me raise her for a little bit, it's like my ex-wife is okay with that. So for a divorce, it's as friendly as it can be, but it still doesn't change the fact that when things are have been going a little bit bumpy the last a little while at work, I can't help but miss the people closest to me. And of course, I'll talk to people that are going to be the closest in my life. I'll talk of course with my dad, my mom, my brother. Of course, I'll video call a little bit when I can for my ex-wife, and then for Ari, see Ari, but she's like right now she's like Ari, you're a year and 4 months old, so you don't really understand too much. But I still miss you all. I miss the people I care about the most. In which case, right now it's it's my ex-wife and Ari, right? And even though when I separated, my marriage, even though it was something that I wanted to, again, ironically enough, because it was a friendly divorce and there was no bad blood, and to this day, I think I still treat my ex-wife well. She treats me well as well. Funny enough that Aikish actually kind of makes the my brain's farting from English, but in Chinese I would say the 难过 or the 难受, what would the equivalent be in English? That makes the, I guess, lack of a better word, it makes the hurt, the pain, a little bit worse. Because in the back of my mind, that the other person is a good person. You kind of like miss that person more, right? Because that your lover or your your partner or whoever, because they're nice, because they're good, you miss them that much more. Sometimes things just don't work out. Sometimes adults just want different things in life, and that's okay, right? But with work, my mind goes off in a different place, and of course it's like work kind of is like there's some frustrations and tough things at work, and my mind seeks comfort in the people close to me. And if I sound weird, it's because I have a mild cold, so my nose is a little bit stuffed up right now. I'm not gonna cry, guys. I'm not in the mood to cry anyways. I'm just feeling a little bit blue, but I'm not anywhere close to crying or anything. But My nose is a little bit stuffed right now, so if I sound like I'm gonna cry, I promise I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna put you guys through that shit. But what was I saying? Like when circumstances are tough in your life, you tend to talk and you want to be around people that make you feel safe. And I have a lot of great memories, good memories, loving memories, of course, with my ex-wife, and of course with my daughter, right? Because I did raise my daughter for the first, basically, year of her life, right? And it's like, you know, sometimes you feel like after work, especially the last about 3 weeks or so, getting a little bit chewed out from work, causes me to look for comfort in the people that are closest to me. And the thing that's familiar to me is, like, of course, my family, right? My ex-wife, my daughter, but then hoping and wanting to have, like, maybe that new comfort as well. Like, when can I? I think there are people outside my door. The apartment people next to me. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. But of course, I want to look for somebody new that makes me happy. And it's just kind of frustrating, to look, but not meeting many people yet. And I'll take things one step at a time, and take things one step at a time. Want to look for somebody who's hopefully I can make things last with, and where both of our life goals and our in Chinese we would say 要求, or what does that mean? Like in English, like 要求 in English means like our wants in life, our wants in marriage. Hopefully I can find somebody sooner or later who's like that. But so coming home as a single guy, home, of course, sometimes you want to have that intimacy, right? Like all sorts, different sorts, right? Not just physical intimacy, but like somebody to talk to, somebody to rely on, somebody to be able to talk about your day at work, talk about your ups and your downs, your frustrations, and your moments of happiness. And not having that by yourself. When you're by yourself, it's it can be tough, right? It can be tough. So I'm really glad that I have been feeling moments of like this. As of now, of course it doesn't feel good, but I'm glad that I feel times of loneliness, times where I don't feel good, because the thing is, like, in the moment it sucks, right? In the moment it's not very fun. But looking backwards in time, I realize that, like, those moments of loneliness and those times where you don't feel good, or you don't feel on top of the world, are exactly the times later when you look back that those are the times, as cliche as it sounds, so the times that make you strong, right? Make you strong moving forward. The last 3 years of my life, over 3 years now, have probably been the toughest moments of my life. Before I had like a career that made me feel extremely fulfilled, right? And that's not to say my job now is bad. That's not even close. I like my job, but it's compared to my job back working as a teacher in the United States, it's still. I'd be lying to say if I didn't miss my job or my career back in the United States, right? It was super fun, super fun. This one's not bad either, but recently there has just been like a little bit of trouble here and there. I'm sure I'll get over this hurdle, but back in the United States when I worked as a teacher, it was a lot of fun. As long as the students were there, every day was fun. And well, besides because of my old job, political, office politics type of shit. Lost. Ended up leaving my job. I ended up leaving my job, voluntarily. Uh, you know, I lost that sense of, I guess, purpose, or that sense of like having somewhere to go to and like have fun, having a sense of schedule and having fun in that sense. But also, the last over 3 years, most importantly, has been like my injuries, right? So still, I got that bicep tendonitis and the IT band syndrome in my left knee, and good thing is the last 3 months, my IT band syndrome has finally actually gotten quite a bit better. There's no more clicking and grinding in that knee. It's still not like 100%, but it's finally gotten it's finally improving. Over the last 3 years before then, it not only did improve, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I thought I was like, I thought I was fucked. I thought I was fucked. I got like multiple MRIs at the hip, at the knee, even the damn ankle for my left leg, and nothing showed up. The only thing that showed was inflammation at the IT band on my left knee. But finally, it's getting better. So I hope maybe in like half a year, hopefully no more than a year, I hope my knee will be back to 100. Shoulder's been injured the last 2 years, a little over 2. But compared to like 2 years ago, it's definitely better. But I hope this thing will, hopefully in the next year, I really hope this will be 100 too. Because I miss having my old body, miss training a lot. I haven't been able to train in the last, over 3 years, and I miss it. I miss having my old physique, my old body. And I love training. I just love training. It's like something that I just love to do. That calisthenics, gymnastics training is just something I really love to do. But, I lost, my old career. I lost my old body, and also in chronic discomfort, pain sometimes. It's nothing too awful, but it's just always there. And then, of course, what else? And then, of course, left my marriage and everything of that sort, voluntarily. It was on my own accord. It's because of me, because I wanted to leave. But leaving my own marriage, but that still doesn't change the fact that I miss my ex-wife, and I still miss my daughter, because they're both good people. They're both wonderful people. Still to this day, right now, since day one that I've known my ex-wife, since day one that my daughter was born till now, of course I love them. I love them all, and I love them all. I still care about them both a lot, and it's just a lot of things combined together, right? Just losing the career that I worked really hard for years to build up back in the United States. Losing what I thought was going to be like my long-term, forever marriage. Losing my body that I trained years and years and years, and it's like a huge passion of mine to do. All within the space of the last 3 years. That happened. So, it's crazy how fast life can change. Really, it's like I don't mean this to sound depressing, but it's like I need something to something to talk to, something to I guess vent to, journal to for a little bit, because I don't think it's I don't think it's accurate to show somebody's life and only show the ups. I think you should show the downs sometimes too, because that's how reality is. And I think looking backwards, or other people when they look backwards, that's like a more human side to you. that makes you more human, right? Like, it's not human to only ever have ups in your life. It's not human to only ever succeed but never fail. And so far in my life, if there's one thing I've learned so far is, it's not really real success unless, you've had failures before. And right now, you can't say you had ups unless you had downs. And right now I'm in a down, last, 2 years, arguably 3 years, but I'd say solidly the last two. The last two have been more overall down than up. And my hope is that things look up. I'm sure they will. It's like my injuries. The good thing is the MRIs don't show anything torn damage. So as long as I rest it, eventually sooner or later it'll get better. Who knows how long it takes? I'm sure they'll get better. I don't know about you guys, but I still think I'm a pretty decent looking guy. I might not have the physique that I did years ago, but I still think I'm a pretty alright looking guy. For how old am I now? I'm 32. I think for 32 I look pretty alright. For 32. I still think I look really young. But so I'm confident that I think I can find not like somebody else that's going to be suitable to get married with down the line. Once I meet her, I'm sure I can maybe look for somebody who's gonna make not just me happy, but I can make whoever that her is going to be. I'd like to make her happy too. But and then what else? And something that that's said sometimes. Like my dad says, a job is just a job, right? So yeah, my job here in China, I like it. It's not bad, but it's again, as I said before, I'd be lying to say it was as exciting and as passionate as my job, back in the United States. I think one thing might be a little bit of the language barrier teaching to the kiddos, but I don't think that's the biggest one. Or maybe that is part of the reason, but I don't know. We'll see. I want to stay in China. I really do. I like it here, but at the same time, it's we'll see if I keep my contract here. But either way, I'm sorry, I'll finish my contract. But it's we'll see if it's I'll stay the following year, either way, I don't regret at all my time here in China. I've really enjoyed it a lot. It's even though I was born and raised outside of the country, outside of China, I still see myself as Chinese. I still see myself as Chinese. I still I think even the way I think, it's still it's a hybrid. It's a hybridized version of Chinese, right? It's it's I'm both, American and both Chinese. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not sure how much more there is to say. I know I'm just kind of talking in circles, just kind of rambling on and stuff. But this is kind of just me getting my my feelings out. The last little while, I've been feeling a little bit down, a little bit blue. It all started with being a little bit it's not anything too bad, but chewed out from work a little bit, and and then of course when you get chewed out at work and you come back home to just yourself, you end up kind of thinking crazy thoughts, because the hamster in your brain starts to go off a little bit. The hamster in your brain starts to go off a little bit, and I've been missing. I've been missing my loved ones. Uh, for lack of a better word, I've been feeling like bad, sorry for myself, I guess, and everything like that. But I'm sure things will get better. I'm sure things will get better. Yeah, right now is a low time in my life, but like maybe making these vlogs, having a moment of vulnerability, maybe that'll help. I feel like that helps me a little bit. Being able to get my thoughts out, get my emotions out, and if somebody on planet Earth is watching me now, right? Is watching me now, and something that I say, or maybe some of my struggles in this time that you see me now, in this moment of time, if it can help you out some way, somehow, and I'm glad, if I can help you because of something in my life, or the struggles or the successes of my life, then hey, I'm glad I could, right? I'm glad I could, that in my so far 32 years of life on this planet, that something that I said or did is valuable to you or helped you out some way, somehow. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna go off on a little bit of get distracted a little bit, but as you can see, I'm wearing my Alaska shirt. A little over 4 years ago, I went to Alaska, and Alaska's gorgeous, guys. Like, if you've never been to Alaska, especially if you're an American citizen, guys, you gotta go. Especially during the summertime. Summertime, it's daytime, basically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week there. But I've been to quite a few places around the world, but to this day, I've never seen, and that's not an exaggeration, that's not hyperbole. I've never seen anywhere as gorgeous as Alaska, and it's not the same as looking at a video or a picture, because if you look at a video, everything gets flattened down on a 2D image, so it doesn't look anywhere nearly as grand or majestic as being there in person. If you're there in person, it's unreal. It's really, really unreal. It's it's gorgeous, but surreal. So surreal that it doesn't feel like it's so gorgeous that it seems surreal, and it doesn't feel like it should belong on planet Earth because of how majestic, how beautiful it actually is. So, if you guys ever get the chance to go to Alaska, definitely check it out. Alaska, go there during the summertime. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. But this video is getting to half an hour long, so I'm not sure how much more I have to say. It's this is my moment of I guess vulnerability, documenting so far what I've been through, how I feel, at least today. And don't get me wrong, I like it here in China, I really do. I like it here in this apartment. My job is, definitely not bad. But, and I know I've been lazy coming out with any new videos the last little bit. It's been busy, but that still doesn't give an excuse. I haven't been that busy. I've been more lazy than busy, to be honest. So, but I'll definitely upload this video. I'm not going to edit anything. It's just going to be raw as it is, unfiltered, how it is, right? Some raw footage, and hope, and I really hope in a few years, maybe 2 years time, 3 years time, or maybe even really far down the line, I hope that that future version of me who is watching the video right now. So, hey, future me, hey, future Scott. I'm talking to myself. Would you look at that? I'm talking to myself. So I'm looking at myself, talking to myself for the future of myself. I wonder if future me is laughing right now for me talking to you. But anyways, like future me, if you're listening to past me, 32-year-old me, talking to you right now, you know, like I hope your life is going good. I hope life is a lot better, you know, where you are now than where I am right now. I hope that you're healthy. I hope that all your injuries are better. I hope that you have, I hope you're doing something awesome with your life. If you're not teaching, then maybe you're doing a business or something. That does seem like a thing that I would do. I would want to start a business with my dad or something. But you know, maybe you're doing a business. Maybe you completely switched to a different career. Maybe you're working as like a, maybe you're working on like, as like a tour guide for like maybe some like country tourist like place in like the mountains or something like that. I could totally see myself doing something crazy like that, by the way. But let's see. I hope you found somebody that, you know, I hope you found a partner that makes you happy. I found a partner that makes you happy. I hope, let's see, I hope you got to or get to play with Ari a lot and talk with Ari a whole bunch. And speaking of which, Ari, hello. Hopefully you're watching this sometime. I don't know how old you are when you're watching this, Ari, but you'll probably end up watching this. So, hi Ari. This is your 32-year-old dad right now. 32 years old. 32 years old right now. So I hope future me you have a good relationship with Ari. I hope you have a good partner. Right now, I hope you find a good partner. Somebody that makes you happy. I hope your injuries are recovered and you get to train and be a badass like a motherfucker again when it comes to like all your crazy gymnastics, calisthenics, strength, flexibility, cardio skills, and everything like that. You know, I hope all that you get back. You know, future me, hopefully you're back to how you used to be, physique, everything. And I hope you future me that looking back at this video now, that all the things that I experience and that I'm experiencing now and in the last 3 years, when I look back at it, would have just been a really bad dream, and that's it, right? Look back, and future me, I hope that, I hope looking back that the last 3 years would have just been a really bad dream, and a dream that you learned from, and that made you a lot stronger, better, smarter, and more mature because of it. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it. Got a little tiny bit of tea left, so why don't I just go and finish this up on camera? So, I think that's gonna be it. So for all of you that are watching, hopefully something I today said helped you out. Future me, hope you're having a good life. When you watch past version of me, to any of my loved ones that are watching, I'm okay. It's just having a little bit of a rut right now, but I'll get by. I'm a tough guy. And to Ari, right? To Ari, of course. Most importantly, to Ari, take care of your mom. Take care of your mom. Take care of your mom. She's like, loves you very much. She treats you really well. She works hard to take good care of you, and take good care of yourself. When you're happy, I'm happy too. So have fun. Treat great grandma. Treat grandma. Treat ma. Right? You should treat your mom really well too. And then, if if you like to. If you still like me, then, come visit me, come see me sometime. Because, I'd like to see you too, of course. Alright, I think that's going to be it. I don't really have much else to say. This video is 35 minutes long. I didn't think it'd be that long. Cool. Anyways, I will see you guys for the next time. Peace. I will try to come out with a daily vlog, or not daily vlog, but a vlog of what my day is like working as a teacher at my international school here in Ningbo as a teacher. So look out for that video, guys. But this one was just off the cuff, and I didn't plan this one. I'm not gonna edit this one. So, anyways, peace, guys, and I'll see you all next time.